Hi everyone, welcome to my studio, to my Steinway piano. So that tune came from a movie called Foul Play that I scored, and that song was a song that I wrote with Norman Gimbel, my long-term collaborator, who we've written songs together going back many, many years, actually since the day I came to California in the early 70s. And we wrote a song for Barry Manilow, not knowing Barry Manilow, not knowing that we could get Barry Manilow, but the picture called for a song at the beginning of the picture that would plant seeds in Goldie Hawn's mind as she listened to the song on the radio. She's driving this little Volkswagen convertible around the beautiful coast of San Francisco, and she's singing along with the song that the script said is a big hit song of the day. So the song would be about taking chances. That's what the script said. So Norman came up with a lyric, Ready to Take a Chance Again, and we came up with a song, writing it for Barry Manilow, and to our good fortune, Barry liked it. And he made this fantastic record. It became a huge, huge hit. He still sings it to this day, and it's part of his greatest hits and all that. So it's just one of those things that sometimes all the things you work hard for and hope for do come true. With this particular film, the film was a huge success. Also, it was my first film with Colin Higgins, a wonderful director who died not too many years later, tragically. Colin was a great guy. We were friends anyway because he had worked with Miller and Milkus, Tom Miller and Eddie Milkus, who brought me into the project. They did Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, a lot of the shows that I did musically. And Colin and I hit it off right away. He was a delight to work with. One thing in particular that was interesting about this, and I know it's on the soundtrack, the end of the movie is Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase trying to get to the opera house to stop the Pope from being murdered. That's what the plot was about. And along the way to going there, they go through all kinds of trials and tribulations, getting up and down the hills of San Francisco, and it's fun car chase stuff. Meanwhile, in the opera house, it's serious stuff going on because the lone shooter is getting set up to kill the Pope. The scene starts with the Pope walking into the War Memorial Opera House, which is very fine memories for me because it's where my first ballet, Song for Dead Warriors, premiered. I wrote it for the San Francisco Ballet. So the War Memorial Opera House was kind of a home to me for a long time. Fantastic ballet company, by the way. Anyway, we see the Pope walk into the opera house, and the beginning of the opera, Mikado, starts, Gilbert and Sullivan. So I work with Colin in advance to see which scenes of the opera we need to record and film so that we can see the progress that starts at the beginning when the Pope walks in. And along the way, we keep cutting in between scenes of the Mikado to the car chase, and very funny things happen with Chevy and Goldie. Too hard to describe, but you'll see it. At the end of the first act, we needed the music from the Mikado also. So I worked with Colin on which scenes. Then I went to New York and I worked with the New York City Opera Company. Julia Trudell, who was the musical director, conducted them. I produced all the music with the San Francisco Opera. And then we brought the whole whole New York City Opera Company to Los Angeles to film them in the Mikado on the stage. And then that film was transferred to the War Memorial Opera House. So it's an enormous production. In between, I had to pick up the music where we cut off from the scene going into the next scene, the chase. So my ambition was to take each piece that I would write coming from the Mikado as though it's an extension of Arthur Sullivan's music, but in my own way. And then I would have to lead back into the next piece, into the opera, in the key of the opera. And so there was a continuity between the whole last 10 minutes. And it was a great challenge for me, and I must say it was a lot of fun to do, and we had fantastic musicians. So that's one of the nice things. Anyway, as you can see, we've got some Foul Play disc over here. And I too am very happy about that being released because it was a very significant film to me. And actually for a comedy film, it was some of the most dramatic and dissonant music I've ever written for motion pictures because there were some scenes that required it. So I really had the whole range of expression, from comedy and romance to tragic, dramatic, and almost horror kind of pictures on the screen. So anyway, delighted to talk to you all about it. A little bit of ready to take a chance again.